Hello and welcome to Pride of Anglia, where, well, last time was... I've never had anything quite like it. But it's time for Season 2. We're still in the Vanarama National League South, we're still with Braintree, and for now at least, we're still, technically, sane. As disastrous as last time's ending was, we do at least have the money to spend, so let's see what the summer brings. Now we have of course applied for the Colchester United job as they've been relegated from League 2, but I have heard nothing yet and I doubt they'll want me anyway, especially after what just happened. But we'll keep an eye out. With the Chelsea save we tend to do the transfers fully as outs and ins, but I think as things could change with our own job over the course of the summer, we'll go for a chronological approach here with an ending wrap up kind of thing. So to the business at hand. Despite their absurd refusal to let me do a coaching course, the board do, after some persuading, agree to look for a senior affiliate, so that should hopefully help with transfers. All the key men have been given new deals, including a proper contract for Silvio Bello, but clearly there's areas to improve and the squad definitely needs better depth. We only had one right back last year and that proved very costly. We've released a bunch of players who you've never heard of who didn't play any football at all for us. Luke Pennell is the only player I wanted to keep, but he refused to sign a new contract. The chairman's repeated investments last season, however nonsensical, have now given us massive freedom in the market. A lot of youngsters in particular are good enough to play for us but don't even want a full contract, which gives us a lot of flexibility with how much extra wage budget we had compared to last year. We were able to sign former Norwich youngster Zach Dronfield on one such deal for free from Wealdstone. As a squad option in midfield, he's going to be excellent. Similarly, to plug the issues at right back, we signed Joseph Tarpey from Cambridge and Cameron Lewis-Brown from Crystal Palace. We're paying them nothing, so there's no risk and only reward. And then Colchester do offer an interview. It's not an encouraging start if the chairman is concerned by my complete lack of experience in guiding teams away from relegation, which is patently untrue. Watch the first 3 episodes, mate. And then he also says the aim is to avoid relegation, which, I mean, you've already been relegated. If he means from the Vanarama National League, then no sweat, but surely not. Our board then returned the affiliate club verdict. I was hoping for better than Stevenage or Gillingham, with all due respect. Gillingham got relegated, so both of them will be in League 2 next year. I'll go with Stevenage as they are one of the eligible sides for the challenge, so we can do a little bit of networking if nothing else, which at least the Colchester interview was. The fact we were even offered it at all at this stage is a good sign, but unsurprisingly we don't get it. One day. So back to the transfers. Corey Davidson of course is the biggest departure of the summer as he joins Shelbourne, as we couldn't afford to give him a new deal. He was excellent last season, so good luck to him. We have until August to get the squad in some sort of shape. We can obviously sign players throughout on freeze, but I like to get things done before the first game. And with that in mind, as the contract expiration date ticks by, we enter into transfer policy number 1. Offer trials to everyone, see who bites, and bolster the squad with as many frees as possible. No scouting required. I'm particularly interested in players from the bigger local sides who would be perhaps more inclined to join, and a lot are interested, but unfortunately they're of interest to everyone else as well. As pre-season begins, the board expectation has suddenly changed to top half, which is fine I guess, but it's annoying how it just changes from the end of the previous season without any explanation or warning. We signed Gustav Lilienberg on a free from Southampton for more depth in goal. He might even start. TQ Addy is an excellent addition I think as a replacement for Davidson on a free from Luton. My favourite part of non-league management is always how you approach a player who no one else is interested in, agree a deal, and then suddenly 15 other teams come out of nowhere and do the same. Really fun. That costs us a fair few additions, but we do eventually sign someone else though, as Christian Campbell joins from Welling as a backup left back. Dwayne Sewell joins for free from Aston Villa. This is an exciting one. He can play as a striker, but I feel he can easily adapt to play as the left inverted winger with a bit of time. Cam Dollar joins from Wolves for a bit of centre back cover, as is Andy Yanyeva from Watford, while John Kimani Gordon joins from Palace to bolster the forward line. And that's it for now. Far more all agreed something with us only to opt to join someone else. But there we are. Also, is it just me or does anyone else absolutely hate that the summer transfer windows aren't all on one screen anymore? The previous season's transfers should end with the last game, not with the league reset date. Of course, the transfer window is still open and we do have players who can be sniped at any time, as Northampton do for Tommy Dixon Hodge, who was on loan at Basildon last season. We signed Curtis Anderson as a replacement. Oh, and Ian got to go on the Continental Sea coaching course instead of me for some reason. McCormack was actually an absolutely awful scout in terms of his in-game attributes, so he's gone, replaced by this guy. The signings have seen our media prediction jump up massively though as we move to 11th this time, while Akin Wande is in the media dream 11. We begin the now even longer campaign as the league is back up to 20 full teams against Havant and Waterlooville. Sewell and Addy start on the wings while Lilienberg gets the nod in goal. I've been playing Lewis Brown at right back in pre-season, but it turns out he's actually left-footed, so that might be an issue, so I'll stick with Balogun for now. now. If this game is a sign of things to come, we might be alright this year. We absolutely dominate from start to finish. They don't have a single highlight. Bellows cross from deep finds Akinwande, who wastes no time in opening his account this year, and soon after he doubles it from the spot. Late on, Jay Barton scores his first as well with an assist from the new man Gordon. 3-0, lovely start. We then get our confirmed season ticket sales and it's 154, a colossal 4 more than last year. Great to see our exploits in attacking football really exciting the locals. I mean, it's not like this is a town with over 50,000 people or anything. We travel to Welling next and grab a 1-0 win, the Krasnicki-Akinwande combo continuing. It's then a very early top of the table clash with Dover. Krasnicki sets up Saul for his first goal for the club in the first half, and then in the second, Luke Holness finds Barton who seals it. I think that's already more goals for him than the entirety of last season. Extremely early days, but that looks like a 2-point lead to me. Gustav Lillienberg has made a pretty spectacular start to his Braintree career, so in a shocking display of forethought, I tie him down to an actual contract. Our 100% record doesn't last any further though, as we are held to a 0-0 with St Albans. We absolutely dominate but just can't find a way through. In news that will shock no one, our finances are better than expected, so we get up to 50% of player sales back, but only up to a total of 2 million, which, let's be honest, is unlikely to be reached in about 5 seasons, never mind 1. We end the month against newly promoted Enfield Town, and it's another clinical display. Krasnicki, Payne and Akinwande are familiar scorers in a 3-1 win. An unbeaten start, still with a 2-point lead. And it's nice to see some acknowledgement of this as we win the season's first Manager of the Month. Akinwande's electric start is also rewarded with Player of the Month. We face Eastbourne and it's a rout. Dwayne Saul hasn't exactly had glowing ratings since joining, but I have full faith and he sets us on our way here. It's then a case of the centre-backs doing the scoring too, as Cooper makes it 2 before Clements makes it 3. Saul lashes home a rocket to make it 4 before Clements gets a brace as well. Total domination. Early days of course, but we feel more in control this year. A local derby against Chelmsford is next, and against the run of play, they go ahead. But we show some fighting spirit and battle back, with Clements once again providing the goals as we end up with a 2-1 win. We travel to Chippenham looking for a winning run to continue, but despite several decent opportunities, we again just can't find a way through. This is the kind of game that really cost us last season. We again leave frustrated with another 0-0. We stay top, but now Dulwich Hamlet have caught up. Oh, and look who's in third. We thump Biggleswade 3-0 in the FA Cup second qualifying round, TQ Ali with his first goal, before taking on Hungerford, one of the teams we drew with in the second half of last season, in a game which was one of many which cost us the title. They also signed Luke Pennell in the summer, although he's only on the bench. The first half is frustrating again. I probably shouldn't have said a few minutes ago about how in control we look this season. I brought this on myself. And the frustration grows as in the second half Krasnicki slides in Akinwande and his effort agonisingly hits the post, but we keep going. A free kick comes to Clements who smashes one in and continues his completely unexpected scoring run. And then in injury time we get a penalty, which Akinwande powers in to seal it. We stay top, albeit only on goal difference. Where have I heard that before? Johnville Rene Pringle then decides to pick up and leave. He's not actually that bad, but as he was out on loan last year, I kind of forgot to factor him in the summer and he would have been a backup only anyway. We end the episode with a trip down to newly promoted Margate, and we get absolutely FM'd. They have one shot on target, which was an own goal off Bello. We hit the woodwork and have a goal ruled out for offside. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Our first defeat all season. Dulwich Hamlet wins, so we drop to second. What a perfect way to end the episode. Jamal Balogun is happy though, as his good early form nets him an actual contract. Are there any jobs available? Luton. Probably a step too far right now. Maybe if we had higher level coaching credentials? Yeah, and they actually have finally said yes. Never mind the defeat, Continental C license, here we come. Woohoo! I'll see you next time.